Why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it?
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you.
Race play, Shannon Sharpe. Race play? I didn't even want to talk about this. But the more videos I scroll past talking about Shannon Sharpe and this relationship that he had with this 19-year-old, and it's not just her with the race fetish. He obviously was turned on by these conversations as well, and he only released what she was saying.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like it.
Shannon Sharpe's legal troubles have taken a serious turn, with the NFL legend now facing a $50 million lawsuit. In a twist that adds fuel to the fire, comedian Katt Williams has revealed he once warned Sharpe that his lifestyle could eventually lead to this kind of downfall. During his appearance on Club Shay Shay last year, Williams openly cautioned Sharpe about the dangers of living recklessly as a black man in the spotlight, emphasizing the risks of lacking self-discipline and personal respect, especially in his private life. Williams now says his warning fell on deaf ears. With the lawsuit looming and public attention mounting, Williams' words seem almost prophetic. Sharpe's situation now stands as a stark reminder of how quickly success can spiral when caution is ignored.
These big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I didn't have nothing on my kids.
Amen, amen.
Shit. I kind of didn't go there.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why did he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. Something you wasn't supposed to be doing.
You will tell it.
Shannon Sharpe now finds himself at the center of a serious legal storm as an OnlyFans model accuses him of misconduct dating back to when she was just 19 and he was 54. The lawsuit paints a troubling picture, and Sharpe's admission to engaging in race play with the woman has only fueled the backlash. Once celebrated for his post-NFL success, Sharpe now faces intense scrutiny from fans and critics alike, many of whom believe his reckless behavior may have cost him both his reputation and the kind of generational wealth few achieve. As the case unfolds, the damage to his public image continues to grow, casting a heavy shadow over his once bright legacy.
He didn't make it about race. Shannon Sharpe did when he started going to find 19-year-old girls and training them how to degrade him racially in the bedroom. When he continued a relationship with somebody that was talking about she wanted his black baby gravy and wanted him to put a big black baby in her. And that's just the text messages that he released. So I know it's some more nasty, weirdo stuff in there beyond that. That's what he felt safe to show us.
The timing of Shannon Sharpe lawsuit couldn't be more critical. Just as he was reportedly closing in on a $100 million media deal, explosive allegations surfaced threatening to derail what should have been a landmark achievement. Adding to the Iron Eye rumors, had circulated months earlier about Sharpe planning a second Club Shay Shay interview with Katt Williams, the very person who once warned him about the dangers of unchecked behavior. Now Sharpe's professional rise and personal missteps seem to be colliding at the worst possible moment.
Katt Williams said he left career-ending knockout blows out of his Club Shay Shay interview.
If you think about everything he said that was going to happen, it came true. And the fact that he's saying, I held back a little bit, he probably has stuff on people and he just using jabs instead of throwing that haymaker.
There's a possibility that you might hear the haymakers very, very soon.
As Shannon Sharpe controversy escalates, questions are swirling about whether this lawsuit is pure coincidence or part of a deeper agenda. Some suggest Sharpe is facing retaliation from industry gatekeepers, possibly for giving a voice to someone. As unfiltered as Katt Williams, Katt's past warnings now seem more relevant than ever. Did he predict that Sharpe found flaws would be used against him, and that Sharpe, caught up in ambition, failed to see the trap? Let's take a closer look.
The liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer is over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still gonna be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is...
The legal drama surrounding Shannon Sharpe has taken a sharp and unexpected turn, just as comedian Katt Williams seemed to foresee. Months ago, Williams reportedly urged Sharpe to tighten his circle, clean up his image, and stop giving his enemies easy targets. Sharpe, however, ignored the warning, and now events are unfolding almost exactly as predicted. Even more striking, critics argue, is that Sharpe didn't just make himself vulnerable, he practically handed his opponents the ammunition they needed to take him down. Just look at the freaky text Shannon himself released, where his accuser talks about degrading him with race play. We're talking about a 54-year-old man letting a 19-year-old white OnlyFans model treat him like some sick fantasy. So now fans are calling it out for what it is: perversion, lack of discipline, and the exact kind of lifestyle the elites love to exploit when someone stops playing by their rules. But just to catch you up in case you missed it, on Sunday, April 20th, news came out that a woman going by Jane Doe filed a serious lawsuit against Shannon in Nevada, accusing him of raping her multiple times during a relationship that allegedly began after they met at a gym in LA back in 2023.
Just in, the Texas attorney who targeted Sean Diddy Combs with dozens of civil lawsuits on behalf of John and Jane Doe's allegedly victimized by the music mogul has a new target in his sights: NFL legend Shannon Sharpe. A brand new lawsuit was just filed in Nevada claiming Sharpe was manipulative and eventually a Jane Doe, with the latest claims allegedly happening as recently as January.
Jane Doe, represented by high-profile Houston attorney Tony Buzbee, is suing Shannon for alleged abuse that escalated during their brief relationship. Buzbee, known for his involvement in lawsuits against figures like Diddy and Jay-Z, now takes on a case where Jane Doe claims that what started as a consensual relationship with Shannon quickly turned disturbing. The lawsuit alleges that Shannon, 54, pursued Jane Doe, who was just 19, relentlessly until she agreed to date him in 2023. Once involved, Jane says Shannon began to objectify her, subjecting her to physical and emotional abuse. She accuses him of choking her, threatening her life, and secretly recording their private moments to share without her consent. The legal filing also highlights Shannon's ability to access Jane Doe apartment complex without her permission, and one particularly troubling incident where she alleges he became enraged with a visible firearm nearby. Jane Doe is now seeking justice for what she describes as a traumatic and manipulative experience. Terrified for her safety, plaintiff tried sharing her location with friends from her iPhone just in case. But Sharpe saw her doing this the moment he realized what she was doing. He grabbed her by the neck and told her, "If you ever do that again, I will effing kill you." Jane Doe then goes on to claim that she tried to distance herself from Shannon after that viral IG Live moment last September, when he accidentally went live while with another woman named Michelle. Jane Doe claims that despite her objections, Shannon continued to pursue her. On October 6, 2024, she alleges he forced her into a violent and degrading assault, holding her down while she cried, and coercing her into performing an act against her. Will. The assault didn't stop there. Jane accuses him of attacking her again afterward, and alleges a similar incident occurred in January 2025. These repeated acts of abuse, according to Jane Doe, reflect Shannon's ongoing disregard for her consent. She now seeks justice for the trauma and harm she claims to have suffered. The suit states Shannon Sharpe isn't just a sports icon, he's something far worse. He is a flawed narcissistic individual who has spent years using his fame, power, and influence to manipulate, control, subjugate, and abuse women. With this suit, the plaintiff intends to put an end to this egregious conduct. Jane Doe is suing for $50 million in damages and demanding a jury trial over the alleged abuse. In response, Shannon quickly issued a statement through his lawyer, Lanny Davis, revealing Jane's identity as Gabriella Zanningon, online personality known as She Is Carly, on platforms like OnlyFans and Instagram. Shannon not only denied the relationship was consensual, but also cited explicit text messages he claims were sent by Zanninga. However, these texts backfired, damaging his defense and reputation. Fans, already disapproving of his relationship with a 19-year-old, were further disturbed to discover Shannon's apparent involvement in race play, adding a troubling new layer to the controversy. So in these texts that Zuniga allegedly sent Shannon, she said things like, "I want you to put a big black baby in me, and you better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life." Shannon's lawyer said in a statement that Zuniga's lawsuit is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. He also added that the suit is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed. The statement suggested that Tony Buzbee might release a video of Shannon and Zuniga to portray a consensual encounter as non-consensual. In response, Shannon appears to be attempting to control the narrative before it unfolds. Zuniga was part of a consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, language, and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Zuniga. Shannon's lawyer also added Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of rape, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. Now as for the audio recording that Jane Doe released. Shannon's lawyer is now saying that Zuniga heavily edited the clip to make things look way worse than they really were.
I say you're just gonna get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You wanna be a to me now, so
I don't don't manipulate me.
Oh Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Shannon recently posted a video online dismissing the lawsuit as an extortion attempt. He accused lawyer Tony Buzbee of unfairly targeting black men, pointing to Buzbee's failed case against Jay-Z as evidence of his flawed tactics. Shannon also criticized Buzbee for manipulating the media narrative and announced plans to sue both Buzbee and the woman for defamation, vowing to defend his reputation.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all of you guys.
Things escalated quickly when Shannon's own attorney was compelled to admit that earlier this year, his client had offered Zuniga a staggering $10 million to quietly make the allegations disappear. The irony was glaring. While Shannon publicly dismissed Zuniga as a liar, he was privately willing to pay a fortune for her silence. It begs a serious question. If her claims were truly groundless, why not confront them head-on in court with a defamation suit rather than attempt to bury them? With hush money, the message behind that offer speaks louder than any denial. Tony Buzbee, Zuniga's relentless attorney, didn't miss a beat. He immediately called out Shannon's behind-the-scenes maneuvering as proof that his client holds damning evidence and that Shannon knows it. The legal battle is far from over, but one thing's clear: the stakes just intensified. Buzbee wrote on Instagram, on the one hand, Mr. Sharpe and his lawyers claimed that the case filed by Jane Doe is meritless. Yet on the other hand, they now have disclosed that Mr. Sharpe offered Jane Doe $10 million in writing not to file her lawsuit. That is a true statement. Jane Doe was, in fact, offered $10 million to settle, but rejected that offer, choosing instead to proceed with litigation. Sharpe's team is now trying to discredit and dox her. Sharpe and his team are now, as anticipated, also attacking me. We are not going to be deterred by these tactics. Just when it seemed this scandal couldn't get any messier, new reports surfaced claiming comedian Katt Williams had repeatedly warned Shannon about the self-destructive path he was on. Insiders say Katt urged him to clean up his act, cautioning that his reckless behavior would one day be used against him by the same powerful figures he challenged. Shannon, no stranger to controversy, has long navigated whispers about his private life, from persistent rumors surrounding his sexuality to accusations of leaking his own intimate footage. But after offering a platform to outspoken Hollywood critics like Katt and Monique, Shannon appeared to draw serious heat from industry insiders. Despite Katt's warnings, Shannon pressed on, ignoring the red flags. Now, with a scandal involving a 19-year-old OnlyFans model and disturbing race play allegations, the consequences have finally caught up. For many watching, this downfall felt inevitable. At nearly 60, Shannon was still chasing the excesses of a younger man's game, making himself an easy target in a cutthroat industry. Unlike Katt, who keeps his life private and sidesteps Hollywood's traps, Shannon's unchecked recklessness left him exposed. The consensus is clear: targeted or not, Shannon gave his enemies all the ammunition they needed. His own choices, not just the system, set the stage for his unraveling. The more that comes out about the Shannon Sharpe situation, the more I'm looking at Shannon Sharpe sideways. Man is a damn weirdo, messing with a 19-year-old at 54 years old in Dinto race play. Award-winning journalist Ernest Owens also slammed Shannon and wrote, "A 54-year-old black man was engaging in race play with a 19-year-old white girl. I'm not supporting Shannon Sharpe, period. The end. It's legal, but it's also disgusting." And then someone else added, "Time." And time again, Shannon Sharpe just continues to prove Katt Williams' point with the "you have an unnatural allegiance to losers that's not like you" quote. But what do you think about all this? Is Shannon Sharpe facing backlash from industry power players for giving a voice to outspoken names like Katt Williams? Or did he sabotage his own bag by living recklessly and ignoring the warning signs? Sound off in the comments. I want to hear your takes. And don't forget to tap in for the next video. You won't want to miss it.